California on October 11, 1908, the oldest of 6 children. Her father, Hikotaro Inaba, was a farmer and foreman at the McNeil Canal Ranch. Her mother, Kazume Inaba, was a housewife. At the age of 3, Toshiko was taken to Japan for schooling.
Dear father, I attend Kosa Elementary School. I try hard and I am doing very well in school. I miss you and mother every day. I cannot wait to see you again and to return to America. Letters take a very long time. I wait and wait. I am too impatient, father. Your daughter, Toshiko.
Dear Toshiko, continue to do well in school. Uncle Junzo tells us that you enjoy performing. I am not surprised. I remember you never just walked, you danced and sang to everyone's amusement. Your mother and I are proud of you and know that an education in Japan is what's best for you. We are all well here. Listen to your Uncle Junzo and be a good girl. Father.
Dear father, although the days seem long, the years pass very quickly. High school is a challenge, but don't worry. I study hard and never forget that you have always wanted the best for me. I have learned how to play tennis. At first, I was awkward, chasing the balls mostly. I've improved and now I can rally with ease. Maybe I will become a professional tennis player? This is a good life, but sometimes when I see the ocean, I imagine home and the day I can cross that ocean again to see your faces. It will be a joyous day. Uncle Junzo has begun plans for a boarding school. Father, do I have to go?
Dear Toshiko, it seems like yesterday when I watched you, Mrs. Matsumoto holding your small hand, boarding a ship to Japan thousands of miles away. You were a good girl. You didn't cry. You waved and smiled like you were at an amusement park. I always wondered if you cried for those thousands of miles. Your mother cried, to tell you the truth. Listen to your Uncle Junzo. We owe him a great debt.
Dear father, Uncle Junzo tells me that I have been promised to a Mr. Yamamoto. An arranged marriage. Is this true? Do you agree? Did mother agree? Why wasn't I consulted? Father, I don't even know this person. Who is he? Why do I have to get married? I want to go to school and become a teacher. I don't want to get married. Please tell me that I have misunderstood and this is a bad dream. Father, please write me back soon. Letters take so long to get to me. I won't sleep until you answer.
Dear Toshiko, I hope you are well. Your mother and I have struggled very hard to make a good life here. It hasn't always been easy, but we see a future that will make the days of hardship seem worthwhile for us all. Your Uncle Junzo also sees a good future for you if you marry into the Yamamoto family. He says that they are a fine family. Tatorao is a fine man who will give you a good life. You are now 18, man who will give you a good life. You are now 18, Toshiko, and it is time for you to start your life in serious. This is a great opportunity if you will see it. Someday soon you will return to America. You will appreciate the life you are given. Be brave, Toshiko.
Dear father, I am mortified. I have cried and protested this marriage, and yet I am registered into the Yamamoto family against my will. This is not the life I chose. This is not the life I dreamed of. The future looks bleak for me. I will resist. I will never be happy. Father, please help me. Please do not desert me in this, because all along I have been an obliging daughter, and I always imagined that I would be reunited with my family. That thought has been my strength and what helped me to endure these years of separation. Please, Father, let me go home.
Dear Toshiko, these past months have been difficult. I have corresponded with Uncle Junzo. He is a very convincing man, and much of what he says and promises is right. Toshiko, can you not see your way to accepting what is best for you? Uncle Junzo will lose face. Please reconsider.
Dear Father, I would like to be a dutiful daughter, and I would not like to cause trouble for the family. I understand my indebtedness to Uncle Junzo and his family. But this is something I cannot accept. I will not. It is time for my brother and I to leave Japan. Please, Father. Dear Father, Akira and I are giddy with joy. The thought of seeing the family once again is so overwhelming. Akira acts like a fool and we laugh all the time because, Father, we are Americans after all. We go home again. I will continue to write. I don't know if the mail moves faster on board the ship. Maybe not. Thousands of miles to travel for a piece of paper, isn't it? I am so grateful to you, Father, for registering me back to the family. You will never regret it. I know that this has strained your relationship with our brother, and I know that it was most difficult. I will forever promise my gratitude. Dear Father, the sight of the ocean, the disappearing landscape is at once exhilarating and sad at the same time. I did not know how bittersweet this journey would be. After 17 years, saying goodbye to my friends and family was a tearful event. Happy tears and sad tears were shed. The feeling in my heart, though, is countered by the queasiness I feel in my belly. How fortunate that you were able to pay extra so we can travel second class. We do not feel like cargo on this ship, but the ship's constant rocking and swaying has made me so sick. I cannot eat well, while Akira devours everything. I spend most of the time trying to sleep, hoping that this horrible feeling will pass. There are others who share the rail with me, and with our pale faces, we greet each other politely, and then we throw up. Father, if it wasn't so awful, it would be hilarious. A full month like this, and I will be unrecognizable when I reach America. Maybe I should put a name tag on, so that you will find me? I will be the one with a flower in my hair. I hope the days pass quickly. This daily seasickness is so draining. I chat with the other women on board the ship. Many are picture brides. I think how brave they are to travel into the unknown. They show me photos of their future husbands. Some are extremely handsome. It is so funny seeing them argue about who got the best catch. We all share in the anticipation of a new life, a fresh start, the promise of fulfilling dreams. I may be sick all the time, but what keeps me strong is the thought of seeing you all again. An American father, finally.
Toshiko and Akira reach Honolulu, the first stop before proceeding to San Francisco. Their father is there waiting for them on the dock. Once they arrive at Angel Island for further investigation, Akira is admitted as a native, while Toshiko is denied entry. She is, quote, a person of race ineligible to citizenship, not accepted by any provisions of the immigration law, lost citizenship by marriage to an Oriental, end quote. The Inabas appealed this decision, saying that she had been coerced into marriage and that her parents had not given permission. The Board of Review rejected this argument on January 28, 1929. A writ of habeas corpus in federal district court asking that Toshiko be released from unlawful detention was also denied, August 22, 1929.
Dear Father, I can see the edge of home. It is so close I can smell it. At night, the dark sky and the distant horizon blend into one, and all I can see is blackness from my window here. I wonder why they call this place Angel Island. The food is awful, and a lot of us have upset stomachs. Maybe the stomach aches also come from all the anxiety being held here in this dreary, dirty place. The only thing that is pretty is the view from dock during the day. Some people are losing their hair from the stress. Most don't sleep well. The Japanese are separated and put in another dormitory just for Japanese. They don't allow mixing, so we only see the people either in passing or from a distance. I hear crying at night, wailing. There are no angels here, only seabirds and people with faces that are strained and distraught. It feels like a prison, but I try to make the best of it. It is just a short ferry ride home, and as long as I stay positive, I won't have much longer to wait.
On December 17, 1929, the U.S. Court of Appeals sustained the Department of Immigration's decision to exclude her. She had, indeed, lost her citizenship through marriage to an Oriental, although they had never lived together, and the marriage was annulled within 3 months.
Dear
Marriage was annulled within 3 months.
Dear Toshiko, all these months of trying and receiving no good news, the final blow has come. No matter what our attorney has tried, it has been denied. Because of our error in arranging a marriage to Yamamoto, we have caused you to lose your citizenship. Your mother and I are devastated. We hope that you will forgive us. Know that we will not stop fighting to get you home. I built a 2-room addition to the house for you. I requested that you be released to spend the Christmas holidays with us, but they refused, telling us that the Japanese detainees have the highest rate of bond forfeiture. That is an insult to imply that we would not honor that. Stay strong. We will continue to hope, because the laws change all the time, although they do not always change to our benefit. Yet we hope that someday it will. Be patient, Toshiko.
After 16 months of waiting on Angel Island to go home, Toshiko has lost her citizenship and was deported and returned to Japan aboard the Asama Maru on January 15, 1930. In Japan, Toshiko marries and has 2 children. She moves to Shanghai with her family for a short while and returns to Kasa. Her family in America are sent to concentration camp Amachi during World War II. Toshiko is spared that upheaval. She loses her son and then her husband in 1959. In 1965, she visits America and decides to apply for permanent residency. This time, she was successful. Because the discriminatory laws did not consider her American citizenship valid, It took 35 years before she was able to travel home again. Toshiko worked at her family's business, North American Food Distributing Company in Sacramento, founded by her brothers, Richard, Edward, and Flu Hitoshi. She passed away at the age of 72 on February 3, 1981, at home and surrounded by her family. Toshiko never talked about Angel Island.
I really like the oatmeal on Angel Island. I learned how to cook it, and I always made it for my granddaughter.
At this time, please give a round of applause to our actors Pro Wong and Tim Yamamura and our playwright Judy Hamaguchi. Please come up and take that. The story of Toshiko Inaba has added meaning today. One of our Nichibei Foundation board members, Greg Inaba, is a descendant of her grandnephew. Greg, are you here? Stand up.
Woo, Greg!
Also, we have Don Inaba is here today, who happens to be Toshiko's nephew. I'm not sure where you are, Don. And we have a special treat today. Toshiko Inaba's granddaughter, Mei Masunaga Alden, happens to be with us today. Mei, can you identify yourself, please? Okay, she's being shy. Anyways.
Oh, there she is.
There you are. Thank you for letting us share your